Hey there, horror movie tea sippers.
The following podcast episode will contain spoilers for the movie we are about to review. If you have not seen the movie and do not wish to have anything ruined prematurely, please do not continue to watch or listen until you have seen the movie.
And welcome to the Horror Movie Tea Podcast. Today we are covering Maximum Overdrive. I'm sorry I had to cut. By Stephen King. But before we go into the review, let's grab our cups and talk about tea. You weren't expecting me to do that, were you?
I never know what to expect with you.
So today, that's fair. I just keep you guessing. I am drinking the Yogi Relaxed Mind Tea. It's got ashwagandha root, sage leaf, lavender, chrysanthemum, blackberry, peppermint, and stevia.
And I am drinking Republic of Tea's Daily Beauty. It is the blueberry and lavender tea. It has blue butterfly pea flower and blueberry, hibiscus, rosehip, bamboo, and schizandra berry. And I just realized... Oh, and the proprietary blend of organic green rooibos, hibiscus, lemongrass, rose hips, apple, organic lavender, sweet blackberry leaves, organic lemon balm.
Yeah, it's got a lot of shit in it.
A lot of stuff in it. So, and then the things that I already mentioned. So,
yep,
it's tasty. This one is caffeine free though.
Yes, yep. But for our tea sippers out there, for yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the review. So a comet goes by the Earth. And I was wondering why you were looking at me weird.
Earth passes through the tail of a comet.
Yeah.
And machines start acting of their own accord.
Yes. Yep. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's it. That's the premise of the movie.
So for entertainment, I was trying to think, and I can't remember if I've actually seen the movie all the way through before now, because it's one of those movies where I've seen so many reviews about it that I don't know if I've actually sat down and watched the movie. I just knew it was ridiculous. I think I must have seen it all the way through though. But anyway, so for entertainment, oh man, it's like, this movie is a 7.5, but I do have to be in the mood to watch it. It's not I'm just going to sit down and watch this. No, I need to be in a particular mood because it's just so dumb that it's funny. And some of the characters are just the characters that you're like, please hurry up and die.
Yes.
And some of them you don't get that satisfaction.
Yeah.
Like the wife, the newlywed wife. Me, I was telling Jess that there was literally a part in the middle of the movie where she was screaming so much, I just yelled out, "Shut up!"
Yes.
It's dear God. It's just, oh man. And then, I mean, it's a Stephen King movie, so you have characters that either are assholes or annoying or are completely normal people. I will say, some of the scenes, the vending machine, shooting down the baseball players. And, I mean, what a way for the coach to go to, but, oh man, it's just so stupid and funny. And then the kid getting rolled down by I don't even know what that thing is, but
The steamroller.
The steamroller. It's just, Oh my god, it's just so dumb. And then it's just, with Stephen King, sometimes I have to wonder if it's supposed to be serious or if he's not being serious. It's like, I really hope with this movie he wasn't being serious, because if he was being serious, I don't know what to tell you. It's like it's a Stephen King original that you can actually be excited about, I feel like, because we haven't covered the Shining one, but that one I've at least heard is really, really bad. Not the John or the Kubrick, like the TV series that Stephen King made in response to it. No.
I was very confused for a moment there.
No. I'm saying like ones that Stephen King had a hand in helping make.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like what the fuck was with the bathroom scene where like the cook guy came in and was asking about the weapons, and the guy's like talking and just like farting away. It's just like I understand he was in the bathroom, but most movies would just have them talk and have a conversation and not add like all throughout the whole like talk. I was just like sitting there like, how can you take this seriously? Like, and then AC/DC being involved in the soundtrack is like, it did up the movie a level.
It did. It was great. Soundtrack was on point.
But it's like, just the whole movie is just like, oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
But no, it's a fun movie. It's a stupid movie, but it is like, what's happening? Okay. It's just one of those movies that not everyone's going to get.
It reminds me a little bit of a slightly more horror version of Short Circuit.
Number 5 is alive.
Yeah. Johnny number 5. Yeah. So, personally, I give it a solid 7. Again, soundtrack on point. Love my AC/DC. Soundtrack slaps. But that being said, there's so much stupid in this movie.
We made you.
So much stupid. And we'll get to a lot of that in the realism. I know stupid people are out there. I know they are. I have encountered many in the wild.
Especially in retail.
Oh my god, yes. But when you do things like look into the gas nozzle and stay standing when there's a gun going off, like, I don't get it. And reaching under an electric knife for no reason. No reason whatsoever. Like, it just...
I do feel like what would come alive and what did
it was
seem
very
to be
arbitrary.
Yes,
it was extremely arbitrary,
yes.
and I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm going to get to it in the realism too. But yeah, then they have some characters that are believable and interesting, and then other characters that you just pray for their death. And one of those we just didn't get the satisfaction of. Bride whiny ass, we're looking at you. Main character dude is good. He was good.
Yeah.
And actually had a brain. The hitchhiking chick was good. Mm-hmm. I liked her.
Yeah.
I loved her sass too.
Mm-hmm.
And I about died laughing at the end, reading that a Russian weather satellite blew up the UFO just after a Russian weather satellite, which happened to be equipped with nuclear missiles. blew up a UFO just a few days later.
That's kind of on brand, though, not gonna lie.
Yes, but still, like, oh yeah, it was definitely a weather satellite for sure.
I'm trying to remember when the Cold War technically ended, if that movie would have been in the Cold War.
Maybe? I can't quite recall. We'll have to look that up later.
Because I think the Cold War was, like, towards the end of the 80s or early 90s where it, like, ended.
I don't know, yeah.
Which would make sense
there.
why,
Which
like, they would mention that. But yeah, that was funny.
And slightly applicable to today as well. Not gonna lie.
Cold War too, yeah.
So, yeah, it's just... There's a lot of humor. A lot of the deaths are fairly comical. The effects, especially for, like, electric effects, super dated. Super dated. It is a thoroughly 80s movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I don't know how to feel about them making, like, the goblins, like, eyes glowing or whatever.
That was funny to me.
It's just... Oh.
That was funny. And an interesting gimmick. It would make you wonder what it was and, like, what they were transporting. So it's...
Yeah.
It makes sense. But it was funny.
It was kind of funny. I was like, that's the leader.
That's...
Because it's got a face.
A little bit, yeah. If you watch it with slightly low expectations, like, and with the intention of just enjoying it, not picking it apart or anything, it's going to be a lot more enjoyable.
And I feel like it's definitely a good movie to watch with friends.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This is one that if you don't take it too seriously, it's a good one to just kick back with a bowl of popcorn and some friends.
I'm so happy that you enjoyed the movie.
I did.
Because it's like whenever I mentioned it, I'm like, I don't know if Jess is going to go for this.
I had never seen it before. I had heard about it once or twice in passing. I didn't know anything about it. So looking at the image that was there on Amazon Prime, it looked almost kind of like Joyride, where like some psycho truck driver was going after people. And that was not what this movie was.
It's a literal truck going after people and vending machines and
And it was just, I had a blast with it, honestly. I went into it with kind of low expectations.
It was one of those movies where you can like they can explore their creativity in like what the different machines are doing, and so it's fun.
The concept itself is kind of silly.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So if you just have fun with it, then it's a great one. If you're, again, trying to be serious about it, then it's not going to be as enjoyable. But yeah, it's thoroughly 7 for me. So I'll go ahead and...
We really need to look into tongs.
There we go.
Boop, boop. We would be so distinguished. But anyways...
It's all fancy.
It's like the fact that it's like tongs literally only for the tea bag.
Yeah. I looked it up earlier. They actually do have those.
Oh, man. We're going to have to invest.
Yep. Anyway. Let's get to realism, shall we?
Where do you even... Like, I was seriously contemplating this. If there would be any possible way for an alien force of some sort to, like, cause sudden intelligence in machinery. And no, the only thing that I can think of that would be possible is if they could somehow control it, and then they, like, you know, so it's like an external intelligent force controlling this machine rather than the machine becoming intelligent.
Yeah.
And self-aware and stuff. So, yeah. And then really the main character and the hitchhiker girl really, I mean, and I guess the boss dude and his sidekick or whatever, they were kind of like more realistic, but like the newlyweds and the waitress, like, oh man.
I mean, their different reactions are fair.
Yes.
Like, everyone would react differently to it, and I'm glad that they showed the range. But
I'm thinking like a 2 or a 1.5. 1.5. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 1.5. But yeah, like the different reactions, like as silly as it was, like, we made you, don't you understand that? And
you can't do this. We made you.
Mm-hmm. And she essentially sets herself up to get killed.
Yeah, I wasn't sad when she died.
Yeah. Really wish it was the...
Yes, I do too.
Yeah. The newlywed wife. Man, we're sadistic. We're like...
Bride whiny ass.
Yeah.
How
But...
she lived through everything.
Yeah. But, like, really, it was more the character reactions. Some of the reactions seem kind of cartoonish in some ways, but once they're all, like, together in the convenience store and they have to kind of work together, having the different dynamics and stuff is where it gets a little bit more realistic, a little bit, like, more interesting, too. But... yeah. And I am very grateful that their first reaction whenever stuff starts happening is like, who's in that truck? Like, who, like, they go to see.
They go to investigate.
Yeah.
And try to figure it out. And there's a guy that gets electrocuted, and they're like, what in the hell happened? Turn all the shit off. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I feel like their approach, especially to the beginning of the movie, was, like, pretty on point. Or like the newlyweds when they're trying to get away, and like trying to like have the fork in the road and trying to like lose the truck. So I mean there is some like good like realistic decision making. The movie's not completely 100% ridiculous, but it's like 2/3 ridiculous. Yeah. 70 to 80% ridiculous. Yeah.
I did have to take off some, 1 for dog death, and 2 because I did actually count off for the machines coming to life, like having sentience. Because normally we would set that kind of thing aside as, let's assume this is a thing. And normally I would do that, but if you're going to have that be the premise, then have every machine come to life and have sentience.
Yeah.
Because
so
it was extremely arbitrary.
Yeah.
Like, the 18-wheelers came to life or whatever, but regular cars didn't. And they could all still use the radios. Radios were fine. They would go in and out, but they weren't, like, working against them or electrocuting them or anything like that.
Yep.
I think a 2 is fair. Mostly because of the decent, logical decisions that the main character and a couple others make.
Yep.
That was good. And their interactions and the wide range of reactions to the situation.
Yeah.
As annoying as some of them were. As annoying and obnoxious as some of them were.
Yeah.
It's still believable that some people would react that way. It's just so much stupid, though. Again, why would you look into the gas nozzle? At all. Especially that close to your face. The cans that were launched out of the vending machine would not be launched like that. not in random directions and not like that. That's just not how that works at all. And it's going to fell a coach with the can going partway into the skull, but it's not going to down a kid with a mask. I know the umpire masks are built to withstand quite a bit of impact, but it's going to fell a coach and not the kid.
Well, and I mean, the coach was a lot closer, too.
Yes, but also he didn't, like, have his head snap back and fall backwards. He fell forwards. Like, the whole scene was a no. And then the steamroller, that kid's head that got ran over, it would have been like a tube of toothpaste.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Oh, that's so visual. Why would you say that? Oh.
Am I wrong, though?
No. But see, I feel better about picturing him being like a pancake rather than like a
Which
smear.
is funnier, but not accurate at all.
Oh, no. But, oh.
Yeah, 18-wheelers and tow trucks are taken over, but not regular cars. Who reaches under an electric knife? And why was the electric knife even anywhere remotely near the grill to begin with? Like, why do they have it at the truck stop?
Yeah, it's like, what
And
would they use that for?
If they smoke meat and use it to slice stuff up, which I doubt, but could possibly be, why would you have it sitting right next to the grill? That makes no sense. And then for her to reach directly under it for no reason, that was a movie's got a movie moment. 100% movie's got a movie moment.
Yeah.
I did put a side note of the main chick is a better woman than I, because I'd have left that guy's ass there to be run over. 100%. He was being a douche, and he was screaming at her and being all aggressive and hostile because she rejected him.
Yeah.
So I'd have left his ass there, personally. Not my fault you didn't hear the thing and get out of the way. Not my fault. But I would not have been like her and grabbing the guy and pulling him out of the way. Nah. Yes, I'm a horrible person. I don't give a shit. Call it poetic justice. You may call it pettiness.
Remind me not to piss you off. Especially in a crisis situation.
The couple seriously thought that their chances were better being surrounded at a truck stop by circling sentient 18-wheelers instead of being out and mobile and free on their own. No. Though it was a very typical thing of the guy being like, I can make it. I can make it. I can do this.
Honestly,
Sweetie, no.
like the safest place would be probably like in the basement. I don't know, did the store have a basement? Is that where they had the guns? Or was that another room?
That was another room.
Oh, man.
I'm pretty sure that was another room.
Because it's like the 18-wheelers can just plow through the store.
Yeah, and their weight would have crushed. It would have caused a cave-in. So they would have been screwed if they stayed there.
Yeah.
Which is good that they left. That was a sensible decision. That made sense. Before that, though, way too many people got shot. Way too many. You hear gunfire. They say everybody down. You see someone else get shot. The owner of the truck stop. Why the F do that many other people get shot? And every one that got shot was just standing there.
Yep.
They were just standing there staring. I'm sorry. At that point, you deserve it. Again, I know, I'm a horrible person. I don't give a fuck. Make smart choices, please. The fact that they took whiny-ass Bride with them. I was sitting here the whole time. She's gonna give your ass away. Like, leave her ass behind. Period. Branch off, go somewhere else, 2 different groups or whatever. But nah, I ain't going with her. Can't freaking believe she lived. The guy that decided to try to get the ring and ended up dying right before the boat.
That was dumb.
Loot later.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
But yes, it was a smart decision, though, of the main guy to find a particular boat that was all mechanical. It was all sails. Like, nothing is electrical. No machinery whatsoever. So, smart move. Very smart. I want to know what they did for food.
Yeah.
Because they had to have been on the boat, I believe it said 6 days. So what did they do for food and water?
Yeah.
Because I know they sure as shit didn't bring anything with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got.
So bottom line is, if you haven't seen Maximum Overdrive, I know there's going to be people out there that are not going to like the movie, but I think it's kind of a horror comedy classic.
Yes.
It's a Stephen King classic. It's not a very good movie, but you'll be entertained.
It's not a realistic movie. It is fun and funny, but it is not realistic. And it's not very scary.
No.
It can have moments of intensity.
Yeah.
But it's not scary.
Yep. But thank you for joining us today, and let us know what you thought of the movie. If you'd like to recommend a movie, game, or tea, you can leave us a comment or join our Discord. And if you'd like to keep up to date with our content, you can find our link tree listed below.
And if you'd like to support us monetarily, we have a Teespring and PayPal, or we have our affiliate link with Republic of Tea available. It does not change the price of the tea, it just allows us to continue to do what we love. And you can find all of the sites mentioned linked below. But until the next time, guys, stay safe and stay spoopy.
Bye!